If you're looking for some live music and a little fun, then Perfect Entertainment, Nashua's best for DJs and karaoke selection, is your answer. Hailed by the Nashua Telegraph, they do it all from birthday parties to weddings to corporate events. Perfect Entertainment will provide entertainment your family and friends will remember for a lifetime. For more information, visit the Perfect Entertainment page on Facebook. You could also contact them at 247-6470. That's 247-6470.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah?
The Iguanas are having a party this weekend.
Oh, I know. We should bring along some Budweiser.
I'm not worried about the Budweiser. I'm worried about our pickup lines.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm tired of sitting on the branch with you every Saturday night.
Speak for yourself. I've had a few dates.
Hey, that thing with the newt was not a date,
What are
Frank.
you talking about?
You were helping her hunt for morts.
So whatever. It's
Yeah,
a date, okay?
Let's work on the
We're
lines.
out together.
How about this?
What?
What's a beautiful iguana like you doing in a rat-infested swamp like this?
Louis, that's the oldest line in the book,
What?
all right? It's played.
Okay. How about your eyes are like huge bulging spheres which can rotate in any direction?
Oh, you're nuts. You're
Huh?
getting nowhere with that.
What?
You need a more romantic approach, Louis.
Yeah, like what?
Look, you just send them a Budweiser from across the swamp.
Okay, I like that.
Then you crawl up slowly
I like
and
that.
say, I couldn't help but notice how the moonlight reflects off of your sticky, gelatinous tongue.
Oh, Frank, that's disgusting.
Not disgusting. It's
That's-
certainly no worse than your lines. You know,
Romeo,
I mean,
you are not.
Hey, I've had much success with that line.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back, Common Sense New Hampshire. Our phone number, 603-217-5400. If I forgot to give you the number, I apologize, by the way. A couple of things that I definitely want to mention. Once again, our phone number is 603-217-5400. You can follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. We also have a YouTube, and we also have a Twitter page. You can message us there as well. Twitter, it's at Common Sense NH. And on Facebook, just look up Common Sense New Hampshire. Mike is on there. Just look up Mike Percy. Aaron's on there, Aaron Delano. And then I am DJ Bernie D as well. So a couple of things I definitely want to mention. Again, I can't believe the holidays are here. We're going to talk about the holidays as well in just a few minutes here. However, let's bring this into light. So earlier today, this afternoon, we went to go see Bohemian Rhapsody, and this movie was really, really very well put together. Foot-stomping celebration of Queen, their music, and their extraordinary lead singer, Freddie Mercury. Freddie defies stereotypes and shatters the convention to become one of the most beloved entertainments on the planet. The film traces the rise of this band through iconic songs and revolutionary sound. They reach unparalleled success in an unexpected turn where Freddie, surrounded by darker influences, shuns Queen in a pursuit of his solo career. Having suffered greatly without the collaboration of Queen, Freddie manages to reunite with his bandmates just in time for Live Aid, which happened in 1985. While Bravery, he was also facing his recent AIDS diagnosis. Freddie also leads the band in one of the greatest performances in history of rock music. Queen cements a legacy that continues and to inspire outsiders, dreamers, and music lovers to this day. Director Bryan Singer, screenplay by Anthony McCartan, story. We also want to thank very well.
Oh, it's a commercial.
I'm like, wow,
what the hell?
I'm like, I thought it was. I thought it was getting glorification as I was doing Bohemian Rhapsody recap here. Rami Malek, if this guy is incredible. If you haven't seen the USA show Ghost, he does a phenomenal job playing Freddie Mercury. Lucy Boynton's in here, Gwendolyn Lee, Ben Hardy, Joseph Mazzello, Aidan Gillen, Tom Hollander, Alan Leach, and Mike Myers also plays in that movie. I knew it was him, that producer that didn't believe in Queen's music, and he also had a great performance there. Aaron, you watched the movie. What did you take back on this?
So going into the movie, I was kind of like, okay, well, obviously being a DJ, I know the music, but I didn't really know the backstory behind any of it. I didn't really know the backstory of the band. I didn't know who. I obviously knew who Freddie Mercury was, but I didn't know anybody else. So it was enlightening, I guess, that you would say that I got a backstory that I didn't know I was going to get, and it helped to understand bringing everything together.
Well, one of the things that I got out of this is I did not know his family was a generation from India.
Right.
So that was one thing that his real name was Farouk. He obviously changes his name legally for Freddie Mercury. I mean, you see a lot of musicians do that. You know, Madonna going with Madonna and Prince
Yeah.
and Pink and all this good stuff. But this movie, to me, was unique. I've seen so many other great music movies.
Right.
Pink Floyd, The Wall. I've seen, the story of Ray Charles and other great movies out there that depicts the story of the life and the music of whomever it is. But this story was different for me. He believed in himself. He never stopped believing in the type of music that he wrote.
He didn't take no for an answer, and that's
didn't.
one of the things that I admire about him is even when he was getting pushed down and told that this wasn't a good song, or this wasn't the way to do it, and nobody's gonna listen to it, and this, that, and the other thing. He was like, you know what? I believe in myself, and that's what I'm gonna do. And if it bombs, it bombs. But I know it's not going to.
And this is the one thing that is common with other musicians out there and great stars out there is they fall into this trap in which there's some they become conceited. They gain this famous nature and tons of money, and then they fall into the trap of the darker side where drugs come into play. And the one thing that he realizes is in life is that he was bisexual. I actually didn't think he was bisexual. I actually thought he was gay. That was something that I learned today in the movie. So that was one thing. And then because of his darker side, he did some things that became questionable in certain people's minds, and ends up contracting HIV and then full-blown AIDS. But one of the things that I really enjoyed about this movie is the way that they portray the band at the end of the movie. If you haven't watched the movie, I apologize. I should have said spoiler alert, but I'm going to leave you with that.
I haven't watched it, so shut your mouth.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that the ending of the movie, I'm a sap when it comes to movies like this. I cried. I cried. It was great. It was one of the things. The one thing that they did not portray in the movie, and I wish they did, because I was 15 years old. I remember watching Live Aid. I remember his performance, and the one thing that scrolled on the bottom of the screen as they were doing Live Aid is that Freddie says to the world that he ends up with AIDS, and they didn't do that. And I think that should have been a critical part of the movie, because obviously they were trying to raise funds for Live Aid for for the Ethiopian crisis out there and what have you. And that was one of the things is that he contracted something, but he gave back even though something negative in his life was going on. And I think they should have mentioned that in the movie. But again, all in all, I got to give it 5 stars.
Isn't this true? When he announced he had AIDS, he died the next day?
No.
That's not.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but
if I remember correctly,
he told the band before they went on Live Aid.
Right.
And that was like years before.
Right, which happened in
Before he
1984, 1985. That's when we begin to notice that his health was degrading.
He died
It was in 1984, 1985, and then he died in 1991.
Yeah.
So he died years later. And then after that, when he died, obviously a foundation was created, and then Bohemian Rhapsody was re-released again and became a number one hit again.
14 years after the original release.
And here's the situation about that song. I mean, there's certain lyrics in there you're like, what does that mean? What is he trying to get there? What the hell is that word? But if you really think about it, the two most common songs in the karaoke world that is sung
Don't Stop Believing.
Is Don't Stop Believing
and Bohemian
and
Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody is a 6-minute song, and this is something that everyone knows. That when the song was released, everyone is going to say, they're not going to play a 6-minute song. Are you kidding me? And guess what? They did. There was the BBC Radio played it, and then everyone else started playing it as well. That was not the first song that was 6 minutes. There were other songs as well. Again.
Stairway to Heaven.
Well.
Peter Frampton. Yeah, that song. Do you know how I feel?
Show Me the Way, right?
No. That Peter Frampton song. I forget what it's called. But because he speaks with the guitar. I mean, do you feel how I feel?
Show Me the Way.
Is it? No, I don't think.
Wind of Change.
No, it's not that one. But that's like a 10-minute song. I mean, but it's like a jam session.
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
Yeah, that one. And that's another huge karaoke song, which that actually fell off the charts. I don't have seen anybody sing that in a long time.
Yeah.
On that list of commands, one of them is "Thou shalt not sing Stairway to Heaven, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights."
When it comes to, I'm gonna pose this question to the both of you. When you think of some of the all-time great movies about musicians or songs, what comes into your head, Aaron?
I liked the Ray Charles movie.
Ray Charles.
Yeah,
Ray was a great movie.
He won an Oscar for that, man.
He did.
He did
It was
a
a great
phenomenal
movie.
job in that. That is a good one.
It's one of those movies that Ray was still alive. He helped direct it and produced it, and he was working with Jamie Foxx and saying, "This is how I play. These are my." And that was the one thing he saw his demeanor from all his lifetime. He did a phenomenal job portraying him, and then right before the movie was released, unfortunately, Ray Charles passes away. So that was incredible.
He actually played that character with his eyes closed. Like they shut his eyes. He's like, I just want to be blind, and that's how he played it.
I know he had.
Now I don't know if it's true or not.
Sunglasses on the whole time.
See, that's the other thing. I don't know if that's true or not. They said that he glued his eyes shut to make it seem real, to actually portray Ray Charles.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
No, there's a couple scenes in it when his eyes are open, but you.
Yeah, that's with his mother, though.
He
That was
doesn't.
with his mother.
He doesn't have his glasses on. There was when he's an adult. There are a few scenes when he's got his.
Well, he didn't get the glasses until he went to that one band that. The
country band.
They were looking for that piano player,
right?
And the lead guy is like, "Listen, man,
you're gonna scare some people if you don't put some sunglasses on."
Sunglasses on. So that's how that originated, And
what about you? Is there a movie out there that music related that inspires you?
It's not the movie that I like, but behind the music, I'm a huge fan of that. The journey to know what Steven went through, why he just said, you know what, I'm burnt out, and you're in the biggest rock band in my era. I mean, we're all 80s kids here, so I'm like, Journey was huge, and for him to say, I've had enough, I'm burnt out, I'm, sick of singing these songs over and over and over again, and he just basically went under a rock, and to find out. It took a woman with cancer years and years and years later to basically come out of that rock and for her to say, listen, if when I die, do me a favor, don't go back into hiding again. You have a gift. You need to share that gift. And in my eyes, he is the best